Hello, today I'll be talking about Vaporeon, the water evolution of Eevee who evolves when given a water stone. Its previous PYC dates are July 9th, 1996, April 30th, 1999, February 18th, 2002, December 9th, 2004, September 30th, 2007, July 21st, 2010, May 11th, 2013, March 1st, 2016, December 21st, 2018, and October 11th, 2021. I most remember Vaporeon from an early episode of the anime, where Ash meets a kid with an Eevee, and his older brothers, who have the then 3 evolutions of Eevee, are pressuring him to choose one for Eevee to evolve into. Coincidentally, this is the episode we'll be watching today. I think Vaporeon's my favorite evolution, as it's blue and associated with water. My favorite color is blue, and my name means son of the sea. Didn't you base a selfish jerk after Vaporeon? First, you're not supposed to be here. Second, they're all jerks based on evolutions. Third, he gets better later in the story. Fourth, stop teasing the audience about things they may never get to see. Whatever, just don't forget that V is in your mind and you shouldn't forget him. Of course, I won't. And please do not come back for the other 5. I know they're all jerks, but they're supposed to be antagonistic towards the main characters. Anyway, let's get into the Bulbapedia article. Hello and welcome to the Bulbapedia section of the video. Today we'll be talking about Vaporeon, the Bubble Jet Pokemon, whose number is 0134. This is what it looks like. Its type is water, ability is water absorb. Hydration is its hidden ability. Gender ratio is 87.5% male and 12.5% female. Catch rate is 45 or 11.9%. Reading a group field. Hatch time 35 cycles. Height 3'3" or 1 meter. Weight 63.9 pounds or 29 kilograms. Base experience yield is 196 in the first 4 gens. And 184 in 5+. Leveling rate is medium fast. EV yield is 2 and HP. Shape is that. Footprint is that. Pokedex color is blue and base friendship is 70. Vaporeon is a water-type Pokemon introduced in Gen 1. It evolves from Eevee when exposed to a water stone. It is one of Eevee's final forms, the others being Jolteon, Flareon, Espeon, Umbreon, Leafeon, Glaceon, and Sylveon. Biology: Vaporeon is a Pokemon that shares physical traits with both aquatic and land animals. Vaporeon's body is light blue with a dark blue marking around its head and a spiky ridge down its spine. It has black eyes and a tiny black nose. There is a white fin encircling its neck and 3 fins with cream-colored webbing on its head. 2 of the 3 fins are on either side of its head, similar to ears, and 1 is directly on top of its head, resembling a dorsal fin. Vaporeon is a quadruped with 3 small toes on each foot and dark blue paw pads on the hind feet. Its split tail fin has been mistaken for a mermaid's in the past and is believed to be the origin of mermaid folklore. It can detect moisture with its fins, which vibrate when sensing incoming rain. Vaporeon is mostly found in urban settings under the ownership of a trainer. It is rarely seen in the wild, but it prefers clean freshwater lakes and shores. It has developed gills to become better suited for an aquatic lifestyle, and its cell composition's similarity to water allows it to melt into water. This ability enables Vaporeon to remain camouflaged while swimming, hiding itself from enemies and allowing it to ambush its prey, fish Pokemon. A Vaporeon melting into water molecules. Evolution: Vaporeon evolves from Eevee, so you got Eevee, Vaporeon. Game data: Pokedex entries in Gen 1 in red and blue. Lives close to water. Its long tail is rigid with a fin, which is often mistaken for a mermaid's. Yellow. Its cell structure is similar to water molecules. It will melt away and become invisible in water. Stidium. Found quietly resting by lake shores. Its cell structure is similar to water, so it can invisibly melt into water. In Gen 2 in gold, when Vaporeon's fins begin to vibrate, it is a sign that rain will come within a few hours. Silver. It prefers beautiful shores, with cells similar to water molecules. It could melt in water. Crystal. As it uses the fins on the tip of its tail to swim, it blends with the water perfectly. For Stadium 2, if you have Pokemon Red, Silver, or Crystal inserted, you get the gold entry, but if you have Pokemon Blue, Gold, or Yellow inserted, you get the silver entry. In Gen 3, in Ruby and Sapphire, Vaporeon underwent a spontaneous mutation and grew fins and gills that allow it to live underwater. This Pokemon has the ability to freely control water. Emerald. Vaporeon underwent a spontaneous mutation and grew fins and gills that allow them to live underwater. They have the ability to freely control water. Fire Red. Its body's cellular structure is similar to the molecular composition of water. It can melt invisibly in water. Leaf green is red and blues again. In Gen 4 and Diamond and Pearl, it has evolved to be suitable for an aquatic life. It can invisibly melt away into water. Platinum. Its cell composition is similar to water molecules. As a result, it can melt away into water. Heart Gold and Soul Silver are their gold and silver counterparts. In Gen 5, black and white is platinums, black 2 and white 2. Its cell composition is similar to water molecules. As a result, it can't be seen when it melts away into water. In Gen 6, X is the silver entries. Y is Diamond and Pearl's entry. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are basically Ruby and Sapphires, but Vaporeon and Pokémon are now correct casing. In Gen 7 and Sun, its cells are composed of units much like water molecules. It lives close to water and is often mistaken for a mermaid. Moon, blending in with the water and erasing all signs of its presence. It patiently waits for its prey, fish Pokemon. Ultra Sun, clean, clear waters are its usual habitat. When it's about to be attacked by an invading enemy, it dives into the water to hide. Ultra Moon, it attacks nearby moisture with its fin. When its fin begins trembling rapidly, that means rain will fall in a few hours. The Let's Go games are similar to Yellow's, but slightly different, so I'll read it. Its cell structure is similar to water molecules. It melts into the water and becomes invisible. In Gen 8, Swords is basically the gold entries, but Vaporeon is now the correct casing. Shield is Fire Red's entry. Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are very similar to their Diamond and Pearl counterpart, but slightly different, so I'll read it. It has evolved to be suited for an aquatic life. It can become invisible when it melts away into water. Legends Arceus. Tests show that its cells closely resemble water molecules, which perhaps explains its ability to conceal its form while submerged. I believe the origins of mermaid folklore lie with this Pokemon. In Gen 9, Scarlet is very similar to the red, blue, and leaf green entries, but slightly different, so I'll read it. It lives close to water. Its long tail is rigid with a fin, which is often mistaken for a mermaid's. Violet is black 2 and white 2's entry. Here we've got Vaporeon in the Alola Pokedex in Sun and Moon. Vaporeon in the Alola Pokedex in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Vaporeon in the Paldea Pokedex. Next to water, of course. That's very fun. Game locations. Side game locations. Events. Held items. Pokemon caught in Gen 1 must be traded to a Gen 2 game in order for a held item to appear. So, red, blue, and yellow, you get a Bitter Berry 100% of the time. Legends Arceus. For normal, you get a Raspberry 30% of the time. Vivichoke 15% of the time. And Grit items by level. Alpha, you get EXP Candy M 100% of the time, Zeta Mastery 20% of the time, Grit items by level. Stats, base stats, HP 130, Attack 65, Defense 60, Special Attack 110, Special Defense 95, Speed 65 for a total of 525. This Pokemon's special base stat in Gen 1 was 110. Pokéthon stats. Type effectiveness. Damage normally by normal, fighting, flying, poison, ground, rock, bug, ghost, psychic, dragon, dark, and fairy. Weak to grass and electric for double. Immune to nothing, resistant to steel, fire, water, and ice for half. Notes, if this Pokemon has water absorbed, the effectiveness of water-type moves is 0. So it would be 0 instead of half. Because you can hypothetically have a level 1 Vaporeon, I'll just read all of them. 1 Covet, Swift, Bite, Copycat, Baton Pass, Takedown, Charm, Double Edge, Helping Hand, Tackle, Growl, or Tail Whip. Upon evolution, get Water Gun. 5 Sand Attack, 10 Quick Attack, 15 Baby Dull Eyes, 20 Haze, 25 Water Pulse, 30 Aurora Beam, 35 Aqua Ring, 40 Muddy Water, 45 Acid Armor, 50 Hydro Pump, and 55 Last Resort. By TM, 1 Takedown, 2 Charm, 3 Fake Tears, 5 Mud Slap, 7 Protect, 11 Water Pulse, 20 Trailblaze, 22 Chilling Water, 25 Facade, 32 Swift, 34 Icy Wind, 41 Stored Power, 47 Endure, 49 Sunny Day, 50 Rain Dance, 55 Dig, 66 Body Slam, 70 Sleep Talk, 77 Waterfall, 85 Rest, 103 Substitute, 110 Liquidation, 114 Shadow Ball, 117 Hyper Voice, 123 Surf, 129 Calm Mind, 130 Helping Hand, 132 Baton Pass, 135 Ice Beam, 142 Hydro Pump, 143 Blizzard, 152 Giga Impact, 163 Hyper Beam, 171 Terra Blast, 172 Roar, 174 Haze, 188 Scald, 193 Weather Ball, 196 Flip Turn, 204 Double Edge, 208 Whirlpool, 209 Muddy Water, 224 Curse, and 227 Alluring Voice. By breeding, we're skipping. By Prior Evolution, you got nothing. Special moves. In this event, you can get Curse, Ice Beam, Surf, and Wish. Side game data. So you got all this, yep. Pokemon Ranger in the browser entry. Vaporeon is a key to the Fiori Temple's mystery. It attacks with a Rainbow Ray. In Shadows of Olmia, it attacks by letting loose blobs of water and bubbles from its mouth. Guardian Signs. It spits bubbles around itself that make Pokemon's load. Okay, you got all this. Yep. Pokepark Wii Pikachu's Adventure in the Pokepark Bad Entry. Vaporeon came to play in the beach zone. He enjoys Gyarados' Aqua Dash more than anything else. In Pokepark 2 Wonders Beyond, he is gentle and loves to soak in the water. He is a good friend of Flareon in the crag area. All this. Yep. Okay. In new Pokemon Snap in the Photodex entry, an empty-looking blue hole may actually be home to Vaporeon. Because their cells are similar to water molecules, Vaporeon can't be seen when they're in the water. Got Pokemon Sleep. Its body's cellular structure is similar to water's molecular composition, so it can melt invisibly in water. When Vaporeon sleeps on land, you can observe it as closely as you like. So the tail wagging sleep, sitting sleep, sprawled sleep, and a top belly sleep. It's cute. Costumes in Pokemon Go, flower crown, holiday hat, cherry blossoms, explorer hat. What? Oh, it's on the side. Evolution data. You got Eevee, Waterstone, Vaporeon. So sprites here. You've got pretty interesting. Particularly this first one, I think it's got teeth by the look of it on the bottom there. It's also, I think, a lot more fins than we get later. Yeah, there's fins on the bottom, or like I don't know, it's very, like, the features. Oh, the originals had these fins. So we'll see them in the fan art. Spoilers, I've already recorded that. But, yeah, but they go away by the time we get to yellow, so I think, unless they bring it back in Gen 2 or something, but it's definitely eventually goes away. The tail, it's a little different. This is actually probably much closer than that one is, but this is pretty much the one we get moving forward. Yep, gold, so the shiny's purple. Okay. That's interesting. Top, this is black for some reason. The blue is more accurate. Then we got in Gen 3 kind of all the colors, I guess. These are yellow. It's kind of a green, blue, I don't know. Dark blue there. And then this is sort of a pink and sort of a burgundy kind of color, I guess, or a dark pink. Yep. And Gen 4 here, so then this is probably closer to the modern colors. It's definitely closer to blues and stuff. So it's got the yellow still. This is more like pink and red. Yeah, much more maybe more properly burgundy. This is just more kind of dark pink. And then yeah, I mean the sprites are completely different. We get a full back sprite. That's very interesting. I didn't really notice that. Yeah, it's looks a lot better in the originals. It's a silly thing, I guess. I didn't really think of it just being anything other than white all the way around. The idea of it being just white on the front side is very interesting. And we get the models. It's a pretty good translation. These are, of course, have the cream color, the lighter blue now. Lighter blues, it looks like, yeah. You know, different kind of purpley pink, I guess. So, I don't know what changes here. The tail, I don't know, the tail's pretty good, I guess. Then we got better models, of course, in the Let's Go games. Oh, the Shiny's eyes are a different color. Oh, I guess it has been since... I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell. It seems like it was in Gen 3, but it kind of lost that feature. Oh, maybe not, maybe not. It has always been, or since Gen 3, it's been different eye color, but it's much more prominent as we go, especially when we get to the 3 models here. Sword and Shields, you know, even better models, Legends Arceus. So it got everything all detailed and stuff. So it goes back to kind of more of that yellow. Oh, and I guess this one, or maybe Sword, I don't know. I guess this is the one that introduces the fins being a different color. That's interesting. Homes, and yeah, it's kind of the more yellow, and this is now more of a green color, yeah. Okay. Very interesting. They're kind of missing the lines or something. I don't know. Oh, I guess they're kind of there, the wrinkles or whatever. In the anime, Vaporeon and Pokemon the series. All this. Yep. Okay. Okay, this is weird. Normally I don't mention this, but we're missing a Pokedex. The first Pokedex. The one we talked about yesterday. Yeah, it's missing the one we talked about yesterday about Eevee's evolutions. I don't know why it's missing. I wonder if it's Not gonna be in the other two. Pokedex entries. In Advanced Generations, episode 152, in Maze Pokedex. Vaporeon, the Bubble Jet Pokemon. Vaporeon love fresh, clean water and can make their bodies melt away into water as well. In Diamond and Pearl, episode 174, in Dawn's Pokedex. Vaporeon, the Bubble Jet Pokemon, and an evolved form of Eevee. The composition of its cells is similar to molecules of water, and as such can melt in water. In Black and White, episode 102, in Ash's Pokedex. Vaporeon, the Bubble Jet Pokemon. Vaporeon is made up of molecules similar to water, which allows it to melt and vanish. In What I Assume is Journeys, episode 63, in Chloe's Rotom Phone. Vaporeon, the Bubble Jet Pokemon. A water type, Vaporeon evolves from Eevee, a normal type, into a form adapted for movement in the water. The cells of its body resemble water molecules, so can hide itself in the water as if it had melted into it. Got Pokemon Evolutions, Vaporeon and Pokemon Evolutions, the manga, Pokemon and the Electric Tales of Pikachu, looking a lot less cartoony. The nose is a lot more pointed, which is interesting. You can see how it's much rounded. Yeah, face. These are these are darker. I guess it's kind of hard to tell. It's black and white, but the ridges. That's also that's interesting. They're a lot less like pointy like these are. It's very interesting to kind of compare the differences. Pokedex entries: The Electric Tale of Pikachu in Chapter 6. Evolved with the Water Stone. The cells of its body closely resemble water molecules, and it has the ability to dissolve into water. I got all this. Yeah, Pokemon Adventures, Vaporeon Pokemon Adventures, much more the cartoony version. This in the TCG. Trivia: Vaporeon is the only water-type Pokemon that appears in the field section of Pal Park. In Pokemon Yellow, Vaporeon is programmed to learn both Haze and Mist at level 42, however a bug prevents a Pokemon from learning more than one move at the same level when leveled up outside of Pokemon Daycare. So Vaporeon can only learn Mist if it reaches level 42 in Pokemon Daycare. In Pokemon Coliseum, Vaporeon possesses a snow-like visual effect surrounding its body in battle. No other Pokemon in the series has this effect. The reason for this visual effect is unknown. Vaporeon is the only evolution that does not share any weakness with another evolution. Concept and development: Vaporeon was designed by Atsuko Nishida. Nishida originally designed Vaporeon to resemble a dog with fins on its legs, but Ken Sugimori redesigned Vaporeon to resemble a cat and removed the fins. In Gen 1, Vaporeon had a notably different design, with the backs of its ears being all black, fins on each leg, and a fin running down the entire length of its back, possibly remnants of the original dog-like design. All of these details were removed in Gen 2. Notably, these details weren't present in its original Pokemon red and green artwork. Got the red and green sprite, Gen 1 back sprite, and the red and green art. See how different that is. And how much more yellow? So they kind of went back to the idea of in the more modern ones that these are more yellow than rather cream colored. That's interesting. Origin: according to designer Atsuko Nishida, Vaporeon, and especially its tail, were designed with the idea of mermaids in mind. It also resembles various aquatic creatures such as fish and dolphins. Its ears resemble a mix between a fish's fin and a phoenix fox's ears. Vaporeon may also be inspired by the Telchines of Greek mythology, or a pun on the catfish. Due to the fringe around its neck resembling a ruff and a lion's mane, Vaporeon may also be a possible reference to the heraldic sea lion, or the similar-looking Merlion, a national symbol of Singapore. Its ability to become invisible and turn into water might be inspired by the Azraei. Vaporeon's resemblance to both carnivorans and cetaceans could be based on primitive whales such as Kutchi cetus. Name origin: Vaporeon may be a combination of vapor and eon, an immeasurably long period of time, possibly referring to how long evolution takes naturally. Eon is a suffix all Eevee evolutions share and was Eevee's English prototype name. Showers is literally showers, referring to a bathroom shower or a rain shower. In other languages, related articles, references, external links to the evolutions. Let's move on. Now let's watch Vaporeon's first scene in the anime. Hello and welcome to the anime portion of the video. Today we're watching episode 40, The Battling Eevee Brothers. In this episode, Ash Ketchum and his traveling companions, Brock and Misty, as well as his faithful Pikachu, have found an abandoned Eevee. They're going to return it, and while they're doing so, Ash is looking through his Pokedex for each of the evolutions and stuff.
Stone yields Vaporeon,
Waterstone,
the Bubble Jet Pokemon. A Thunderstone
Okay,
yields...
so that's where we're gonna stop. We'll start with the Jolteon one tomorrow. Let's move on. Now let's see why other people love Vaporeon. Hello and welcome to the community post section of the video. Someone has responded, so thank you, number one Drizzile fan, for doing that. The question is, what do you love about Vaporeon? And they say, it's the only evolution that has obvious non-mammalian traits. Like, yes, it's a cetacean tail, but those are fish fins, and I think that's cool. Very good. Thank you for responding. Let's move on. Now let's look at fan art. Hello and welcome to the fan art section of the video. Now we set in fan art, so instead we're looking at DeviantArt fan art. For those of you who aren't familiar with the series, what we do is we go through these images until we find an image that doesn't contain a Vaporeon. So this is Vaporeon by Blue Commodore. It's fun little image here where it's playing in this little pond, I guess. It's covered in lilies and lily pads. Yeah, very nice. It's very confident. And we've got Vaporeon and Chinchou by Blue Commodore. So, this nice image of a Vaporeon and a Chinchou here with a bunch of Jellicent here. That's fun. Yeah, they're diving far below. Nice use of colors and lighting. Then we got Vaporeon by Etel. So you got this somewhat stylized Vaporeon here. It kind of looks like it's looking up, I guess. Very nice use of lighting. Those seem to just be normal fish. That's interesting. Yep, and I'm not really sure why. I guess there's fish so small. I mean, I guess it's probably a very big Pokemon, probably relative to actual fish, but that's interesting. And we've got Vaporeon by Nevadoodle, so it's cute. Vaporeon stretching, that's fun. And we've got Vaporeon Redraw by Natix-chan, so I guess it's from 2019. It's fun painting here, that's cool. Looks like maybe Love Disc in the background, yeah. Yep. It's very fun. And we've got Vaporeon by Cargade Art, so it's fun. Somewhat stylized, maybe a little bit more realistic. Vaporeon here, it's kind of surfacing, I guess. It's fun, soaking in the sun's rays. Very murky water. We don't see that much in these art. And we've got Vaporeon by Foxlit. This cute Vaporeon here. Yeah, very nice. I guess it's from 2019. Then we've got Submerge by Ainli. So this nice Vaporeon image here, nice use of lighting and effects and stuff. It's interesting how different the lower half of the image is from the top half. This looks maybe a little rougher, but still pretty good. Obviously the Vaporeon is the focal point of the image. And we got Evolutions by Piku. So we did this one yesterday, but we can do it again. So we got Eevee on the left, Vaporeon here, then Flareon, Jolteon, Espeon, Umbreon, Leafeon, Glaceon, and Sylveon, more or less I think in the order that they were introduced. Like the spectrum in the background, the color spectrum. It's nice. Vaporeon by Apricolor, so that's cute Vaporeon here. Very nice. Looks like it's maybe swimming, or at least it's in a swimming pose. I think it's floating somehow. Not really a background for this. And we've got Vaporeon by Sharkjaw, so it seems to be eating maybe a berry or something. Maybe from this tree. It's by the side of like a river or a stream or something. It's very well done. And then we got Vaporeon Bowl by Otaku App, so it's kind of fun image of it in a water bowl here. Then we got Vaporeon by Tarty, so it looks like it's scared of Vaporeon. It's interesting, I wonder why. We've got Vaporeon by Shiny Magic. Seems to be from 2007, that's pretty cool. I think this might be the oldest image we've had, at least that I've had a confirmable date on. That's very, very fun. Yeah. And we got Vaporeons by Nevadoodle, so got 3 Vaporeon here. I'm saying "oh fish" or "on fish." That's interesting. So yeah, we got that. That's pretty fun. Then we got Vaporeon and Ninetales by Arvalis here. So it's this Vaporeon, this very more realistic Vaporeon and more realistic Ninetales hanging out. That's fun. So if you're unaware, Arvalis helped work on the designs in Detective Pikachu, so this is kind of fun to see their interpretation of these Pokemon, both of which are not physically in the movie. Then we've got Vaporeon by Purple Ninfy. So, got this Vaporeon by the stream here. That's kind of fun. Looks like it's looking for someone or something. Seems to have something around its neck. Maybe that's from an owner. Maybe it's waiting for its owner or something. Then we got Eevee's Rainbow by Tamburella. So we also did this one yesterday, but we can do it again. So this sort of more realistic Eevee and evolutions here. I like the fur and stuff. So we got Eevee in the front. Flareon, Leafeon, Espeon, Umbreon, Sylveon, Vaporeon, Glaceon, and Jolteon here. They're all running over this water. Yeah, it's interesting to see. This one and I think the fire one and Sylveon seem to not really be on the water. Maybe even Espeon as well. It's interesting. And we've got Vaporeon by MCG Mark. Sort of this cuter one, but also kind of a darker image here. That's interesting. Seems to be from 2017 here. Yeah, it's very much a dark background. That's interesting. We've got Vaporeon by Purple Ninfy again, so it seems to be the same one as the one we saw earlier, since it seems to have this charm, or maybe that's just like their signature thing for it, is to give it this charm. I don't know. Very good. Then we got Vaporeon Evolution Day 7 by Apolar. So, looks to be from, I can't really tell. It seems 10, 18, 13 maybe, 15? I can't really tell. 16 maybe. Apparently they have or had a Facebook at one point. So yeah, it's kind of cute, somewhat chibi looking Vaporeon here. It's got dots for the feet, you know. That's fun. We got Vaporeon by Nevadoodle. So this Vaporeon seems to be standing up maybe. Doing, I don't know, looks like it's doing a little pose. That's fun. I like the background. And we got Vaporeon by Vermeil Bird. So it's from September 28th, 2014. Got Vaporeon here, maybe. It seems to be splashing in water, so I don't think it's around. I don't think it's in water, by just how the splashes are. So that's interesting. Very well done, especially with the colors and stuff. Then we've got Aqua by Clockbirds. Apparently they have a bunch of social media sites and stuff. So they got this nice, a little bit more realistic Vaporeon among Seeking, the Lotad, Masquerain. It's fun. And we seem to have come to the end of the line here, or the page, or whatever. So that's it. We'll move on now. Thanks to everyone who submitted fan art. I'll be streaming tonight at 5 p.m. CMT, Central Mountain Time, but I won't be evolving Eevee into Vaporeon, as I need to wait until I've talked about Snorlax to do that. Instead, I'm going to try to finish what I didn't get to yesterday. Tomorrow I'll be talking about Jolteon. As always, this is my proper outfit, and you'll see me tomorrow.